Could the news articles be true? Could you be just faking your whole chronic illness?
You can't be serious.
I can't believe I have to make this stupid episode. Come on, guys. Come on. Okay, look, it's not really that uncommon for those of us with chronic illness to at times wonder if we are not as bad as we think we are. I mean, between all the gaslighting and the wishful thinking where we want to be better and we would rather have been faking it the whole time than actually have these horrible, disabling chronic illnesses, we do question ourselves, especially on the good days. It's not weird. It's actually very normal to do this. You're not alone if you have questioned yourself, if you have looked in the mirror and gone, am I really that bad? And on good days, you'll wonder that. And on bad days, you'll go, yes, I am. Very much so.
You are not fine. You are in constant pain.
And then if you're like me, the good days will get less and less over time and then turn into more and more bad days until that's kind of all you get. And then you're very sure. Very, very, very sure.
I'm in constant pain.
So we're going to go over two types of people in this video of the question of whether or not you have chronic illness. That'll be the people where all the signs point to, no, you're not faking. And then we're going to go through the list of all the signs that, you know what, it is a possibility. We're going to be fair and we're going to go through both of those. Signs that you're not faking it. The answer is no. So for the no crowd, and you're wondering like, maybe I'm faking it. The reason you're thinking that is because typically with a lot of these harder to define chronic illnesses, Lyme, chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, etc., symptoms fluctuate. Symptoms vary day by day, hour by hour. On the good days, it can be easy to convince yourself that, oh, it was a fluke. It's not actually that bad. It's not going to come back. And, you know, it inevitably does. That's mostly wishful thinking. Another thing that can make us wonder if we were faking it is the fact that as we work really hard to fix our issues, as we take supplements for things we were deficient in, as we go see a therapist for our depression, you'll start feeling better. But here's the thing that's usually what has happened. You think you're normal again, or you think you're as close to normal, but for many of us, we've actually had this for so long that we forgot what normal actually feels like. I remember someone telling me the normal level of pain is 0. And I was like, what do you mean? There's always some pain, even if it's a dull ache or a little bit. No, apparently the normal amount of pain is 0. None. At all.
You can't be serious.
Cheers.
I can't even imagine that anymore. Like, I just can't. So you might be gauging yourself as a lot better than you actually are, and then that can lead to those thoughts like, are they right? Am I making this up? Am I making it worse than it is? When you don't even have a firm grasp of what is reality of a normal, healthy human anymore. Not to mention, many of us fake health constantly, which not only confuses the people around us. I mean, all right, I'm a perfect example of this. I have always had a horrible, horrible time faking health because I am very good at it. I have a high pain tolerance. I was in acting and I can fake being healthy even though my body is giving out. And I have makeup on for these. I have bright clothing, bright lights, good lighting. You can't see on my face the pain or the sickness because I am so good at faking it. So people can watch me and go, she's not sick, and I'm faking health. And by faking health, not only can you fool others to think you're actually not that bad, and they think you're faking therefore, you can fool yourself too. And that can lead you to getting worse. I know after doing these video days, I usually flare up for about 2 weeks and spend most of the 2 weeks in bed afterwards. And then work my way back up until I have a good day to do another batch recording of videos to last me the next few months. But yeah, you're just confusing yourself and everyone around you. And it's hard not to. I do it. I'm guilty right here. I fake health. It's a hard thing not to do when you want people to like you and you want people to listen to you, but it is real. Normal people don't have to fake being healthy. They just are. And that brings us into the maybe you are faking it pile. Now, there's actually a term for this I found out, and it's a lot of this is caused by Munchausen by internet, or MBI.
And the internet is making you lose it.
That's, all the people on TikTok that see it and adopt these things as though they actually have them, when really it just came from watching it too much. Kind of like the fake DID, the fake Tourette's that's going on in TikTok right now. In reality though, fakers are extremely rare. I mean, you gotta have some gall to really be faking having a disability or a chronic illness. The mental illness ones are just a way to be cutesy and almost a way to have a personality, which is weird because whatever it is, mental health or, a disability or a chronic illness, that's not your personality. You shouldn't ever make that your personality. You are so much more than a chronic illness, than a mental illness, than a disability. To have that be all you represent yourself as is very weird. And it's very weird that it's being faked in order to have a personality by these kids. I don't get it. I just don't. I don't get it. Like, that's not what a personality is at all. I mean, I hope when you guys think of me, you don't think that disabled girl, that chronically ill girl. Anywho, so yeah, going off that, another sign that you may be faking having a chronic illness is if you're using it to get attention in any way. Are you harping on your pills, your pains, your whatever on social media 24/7, nonstop? That's all you talk about. That's not normal. That's not natural. Most people with real chronic illnesses hide all their stuff and fake health. To be putting it all out there constantly and to be legit, it's kind of rare. More often, it's the people faking it that do that because they don't have the shame aspect with it. They don't have the you feel like a failure aspect to go with it, and therefore they don't care that they're doing that. Yeah, and vouch in the comments, you guys. Do you hide your chronic illness, or do you spread it everywhere and that's all you talk about? Another sign you might be faking it or faking how bad it is if you're constantly comparing yourself to other sick people. Like, do you wish you were as sick as them? Are you padding your pills, which means are you adding things to make it look like you take more? Do you wish you had to have a wheelchair and had to have a colostomy bag? And that's not normal. You probably need to go see a therapist, because people that have those things don't want to have those things. For you to want that and be comparing yourself to people with that in a way like you're looking up to it or you want to aspire to that, that isn't normal. Like, for safety reasons, go talk to a therapist. I know people like me, we're scared to death of getting sicker. We don't want to get sicker. I don't want any of that. I want to go the other way. I don't care if I'm magically a normal human tomorrow and everyone says I faked it up till now. That's fine. I just want to be normal. I don't care. To want to be sicker in any way is really messed up. And that kind of leads into doing everything in order to get disability benefits because you don't really want to work. I mean, honestly, it seems like more work to me to do all that than to actually just go get a freaking job you enjoy. But people do that. People do fake illness in order to get the benefits that are extremely hard to get. They got the GoFundMes, or they trick disability, which is why disability is so freaking hard for us to get, is because of people like that. So they do exist, but again, they're in the minority. Disability has gotten pretty good at weeding them out over the years, but they do exist. While there are a few that might have the Munchausen by internet, syndrome, I don't think that's most of us, and I think it's really messed up that the news is attacking us. Now, a lot of this actually has to do with society's toxic norms that have evolved in the last couple years. And yeah, much of it is actually toxic for us, and it's coming out in these weird ways. I highly recommend you check out this video here about toxic society norms that are hurting those of us with chronic illness. I hope this helped you. I hope it was worth it, and keep on surviving, my friends.